And instead, we're looking somewhere else. Korea just cycling through a bunch of weird options. Obviously, he's got the Camille in his back pocket.
Zach support, I don't think so.
Yeah, I also don't know about the Elise necessarily. But let's see what they do decide to do. It's going to be Shen.
Okay, so what we saw yesterday, by the way, phenomenal performance from him yesterday. He's giving them so much draft flexibility. He really is.
Yeah, and they've got Shiu as well. So it's kind of insane, the breadth of champions. We know that Showmaker, he's the one that's played Renekton mid, Tryndamere mid, all sorts of crazy stuff.
Gotta be Lux, right? I don't think there's really anything else that works here for this comp, unless they wanted to go something crazy like Leona and go super all in on pick.
Well, this is the thing with the Shen there. I feel like it makes it more difficult, right? You play a Lux, then you're just a target for so a taunt flash into a flag and drag. You're just dead.
And this matchup is definitely one that can be won by the Alistar. Another trade here.
A decent taunt does come on down as we're trading aftershocks over and over again.
More punishable than I think we've seen a lot of teams be able to do.
Whoa, trouble! Flash Prison comes down, takes all of the rocks, does Lucid, but they flash after him, and Showmaker picks up first blood.
And they had vision of where Cuz was, and they knew they could pull this off. Really hurts the tempo here for KT in this early game, where they need to be in so much more control than they are.
Oh, Korea going to try and taunt away. And Effort is going to rotate over. This is actually a bit of a worry, as Korea does have to flash.
That he did not commit for.
Lucid looking again for an angle towards BDD. Showmaker going to get shoved back. Maybe they use that as an opportunity as the Q is going to miss. Now BDD going to have to try and get out of here. But Lucid will just be able to catch him very comfortably, and nothing BDD could do. The other road tournament that they did more recently wasn't necessarily as good when they got to best of fives. This time around working out quite nicely. However, Korea just going to get headbutted into Narnia. Let's see whether he's going to survive. His Effort does not, and Korea does! The threaded volley is blocked, and Smash actually able to throw a few back towards BDD. That's a pretty optimistic back here from Korea. As the flash forward from Smash, looking to try and get on top of the Talir, and down goes BDD once again. DK, you cannot keep everyone alive! Oh no, KT, the flash from Cuz, but he's right on top of Smash, who executes him. Aiming now in an awkward spot, as that was a bit weird from Lucid, but should be able to get another Q, and there it is. Down goes the Caitlyn. Shiu, I mean, maybe Perfect can find an angle as he's gone all out, and Shiu able to boop him back, and then Perfect kills him. So at least KT, the Perfect game has been taken away from DK.
We got caught here, we lose one more, but let's play through mid-game. We've got a lot of pick potential. We're super behind in this game. It's not great, but we could have just walked away. Instead, they thought they could maybe turn that around and flip the game on it. It comes with a certain mental weight and frustration, which you could see on BDD's face when he is killed in the middle. He's 0-3.
Oh no, the level 5 Alistar here is in a lot of trouble, taking a lot of damage, as we do have the QE from Lucid just trying to get some damage down onto Effort as he gets underneath his turret. You know, so that goes along with it. The problem is, I don't know whether things necessarily get better, as Effort, he does have level 6, he does have an unbreakable will, but that headbutt did not help him, and Smash is just going to lock down his second kill. At this point,
Showmaker doesn't have
extraordinarily strong. This is so dangerous. Smash moves over, aiming possibly a target, but BDD does move down. There's a headbutt back. They look for the pickup as Lucid secures the Rift Herald, gets the knockup. BDD taken out. Cuz is already dead, and that could not have gone worse for KT.
They gave Lucid the smite, basically. They were like, here, let me put you on the Herald for this one. He's just going to drop it just like he did in game 1. Maybe.
Yeah, possible angle here is Shiu just trying to get himself out of there. The Rift Herald, the wall does come in from BDD as they take out the Jace. Cuz now in a bit of trouble as Smashes come on in, doing a lot of damage here, but DK not able to actually lock it down any of the kills. Pathmaker great for Perfect, might be able to get himself out as now Korea could be in trouble. BDD throws him back once again. Still Smash is able to lock that one down, and Perfect not going to be able to escape the wrath of the Jarvan. And Showmaker doing what he loves most.
Dplus absolutely win the game. There is no sit back and scale here. Perfect's got a lot of experience.
I mean, if they sit back for long enough, maybe it'll work. They do have a lot of like late game, like team fighting potential with all the CC that they have available. And they're also going to demonstrate it right now. Cease and Desist is going to connect onto Lucid, but the damage is just not quite there. Ace in the hole came through, but Smash gets over the wall and gets back over the wall once again. Is now Perfect looking for it, and that's a great knock-up though. It's a triple kill for the Mel, and DK, I think, may just be too far ahead. BDD and Aiming, they don't have a turret to get back to, and Aiming, he's able to squeeze through this small bit of gap in the wall, but Smash has found BDD, and there is an ult coming through from Korea, but yeah, that's going to be an ace, and it's clean.
Showmaker, he's just a cheerleader in this game. Like, he just does not care.
Lucid having a pretty good time, as we can see here as well. I think still at 100% KP. Yes, he is. 16 out of 16, 4-0-12, my God. Shiu, I mean, he's looking to try and get as close to 100% death contribution as possible. He's pretty close. He's never going to be able to catch up, though, unfortunately. That is Aiming, collecting himself a kill. The problem is trying to deal with Showmaker's push. Smash could be the target here as he just goes golden to make sure that Cuz cannot ult him. And Headbutt Pulverize does come in, but the Peacemaker goes back towards KT. And Effort, he's got an Unbreakable Will. They might be able to find Showmaker here, who does flash himself away, but it's still the kill. Over to Aiming. Now the Pathmaker from Perfect is KT. They may have just found their window. They take out Lucid. And DK, it's a 2-for-1 trade in favor of KT.
Hopium.
I mean, what else do we have?
I know.
Besides like, hope.
Production keeps putting up these numbers, and I'm like, don't show those.
Cease and desist. She would like if they cease and desisted killing him over and over again, but KT are going to say, nope, this is the avenue we have. Gold lead, though. That gold lead is being cut down 4,000 at this point. Buzz goes back to the Baron.
Showmaker can roam warp in, but this is a really thin timing.
I mean, honestly, Baron for Hextech Soul, I would take Hextech Soul.
I would too, but I think you don't have a choice if you're KT. There's a lot of bounty gold if they can get this, but they got to get it first.
Yep, forcing the cross map I think is a really good idea. That's a great pulverize from Effort to get him out of the pit. So that is going to be the Baron going over to KT, and I think they'll only have to sacrifice Effort for the trade. And
all right,
DK do move back. They should be able to take this this dragon, but they didn't keep Showmaker there.
Yeah, they didn't get it right away. Play for the big wins. And in 50 seconds, we're going to see if they can get that. I mean, they're on Baron now, 20 until it spawns. Like I said, though, this time Dplus are not going to be letting them get that early.
Well, Realm Warp does come in. Cataclysm is a bit awkward there for Lucid, who takes the rocky way out, but is able to flag and drag himself to safety. Shiu here on this bottom side, just looking to put on as much pressure as possible. And KT in an awkward position, but Aiming is now doing a lot of damage. Halves the health bar of Korea, who is looking for an angle to go home. And does have Stand United.
He doesn't have his Realm Warp. They're just going to try to race this into inhibitors here for Baron.
Wait a second. KT is sort of caught in decision paralysis right now.
Just kind of won the chess game, and KT did not make the call fast enough.
Yeah, Perfect slowed down here by the Hextech. And there is Smash looking for a bit of extra damage. Haven't seen too much out of the Mel for the last, 15 minutes. Cease and desist from Cuz. He's brought all the way under that inner turret you were talking about before, and he just goes down to the Guardian Angel. The decent wall there does keep out a lot of DK as Smash not able to offer damage back, but when he does finally land a Q, it's just kind of ludicrous, the damage availability. And Cuz just dead. No smite. That should be Elder over to Dplus. They can move that towards a Baron.
I don't think they can stop this Baron. I don't think they can start this Baron KT. This would easily be stopped by Dplus, why his stop was on the mind.
Oh dear, okay.
Wait a minute.
There's a Hex Flashes. I don't know whether that was exactly what he was looking for. Shiu just able to walk his way back.
What a miss there from Effort.
And the Elder now picked up for DK. Smash walking over Vision as BDD trying to take the Hex Gate out as there's Smash right there to greet him. And the Dragon comes down from the sky. Korea actually able to be the one that takes down that kill. Now Aiming just trying to get himself out of here. And the teleport from Perfect is able to do that. But Effort definitely not going to survive this one. Showmaker and Lucid just getting to work on this inhibitor turret in the mid lane with almost Exodia. They don't have the Baron just yet, but they could take it if they wanted to. Perfect is pretty tanky as he does get an all-out onto Lucid, who is now all out of there. Down to the GA now. Cease and desist as Cuz has made his way back in. Showmaker does bring the Dragon down from the heavens as Aiming doing a lot of work. And Lucid is able to get himself to relative safety. Smash, though, does find aiming, and the Dragon, once again, is going to get satiated. Perfect is also going to follow suit, you have to imagine, as Korea looking to try and help out, and there it is. DK will move to 2-0 in this series. A bit of a lull throughout the mid-game as KT were able to bring it back to a relatively competitive game state. But ultimately, in the end, it was DK able to make this one work. Back to that 11,000 gold lead as Lucid on the fountain, but happy to be there as the Nexus explodes.